Cask aging plays a vital role in shaping the flavor, aroma, and texture of Irish whiskey. The type of cask used, the length of aging, and the environment in which the whiskey is aged all contribute to the final character of the spirit. Ex-bourbon barrels. Most Irish whiskey is aged in casks that previously held American bourbon. These ex-bourbon barrels impart sweet vanilla and caramel flavors to the whiskey, along with a slight spiciness from the oak. The use of ex-bourbon barrels is particularly common in both Irish and Scotch whiskey production, as the barrels offer a perfect balance of flavors. Ex-bourbon barrels are typically made of American white oak, which is rich in compounds like vanillin, which imparts vanilla notes, and lactones, which can impart coconut-like flavors. The interaction between the whiskey and the wood in these barrels adds layers of sweetness and complexity. Sherry casks. Many premium Irish whiskeys are aged in or finished in casks that previously held sherry, particularly Oloroso or Pedro Jimenez sherry. Sherry casks contribute rich, fruity, and spicy notes to the whiskey, such as dried fruits, raisins, figs, and dates, dark chocolate, and nutty flavors. The marriage of sherry casks and Irish whiskey often produces a luxurious and complex whiskey with added depth and richness. Famous examples of sherry cask-aged Irish whiskeys include Redbreast 12-year-old and Green Spot, Chateau Leoville Barton, port, rum, and wine casks. Some Irish distilleries are experimenting with aging or finishing their whiskeys in a variety of different casks, including port, rum, Madeira, and various wine casks. These casks can impart unique flavors to the whiskey, such as tropical fruit, dried berries, spices, or hints of sweetness. The use of alternative casks is becoming increasingly popular, especially among newer distilleries looking to differentiate their products. Teeling, for example, is known for its innovative cask finishes, including rum, port, and Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. Aging duration. Like Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey must be aged for a minimum of 3 years, but many expressions are aged for much longer. Whiskeys aged 10, 12, 15, or even 21 years develop more complexity and depth, as the extended time in the cask allows for greater interaction between the spirit and the wood. Over time, the whiskey absorbs more flavors from the barrel, softening the alcohol and introducing layers of spice, oak, and fruit. However, aging too long can lead to a whiskey that is overly woody or tannic, so master distillers carefully monitor the aging process to find the right balance. Climate and location. The Irish climate, which is generally mild and temperate, also plays a role in the aging process. Unlike in regions with more extreme temperature fluctuations, such as Kentucky, where bourbon is aged, the slow and steady maturation in Ireland allows for a gradual extraction of flavors from the wood. Some distilleries, particularly those near the coast, claim that the maritime air adds a subtle briny quality to their whiskey, though this effect is less pronounced in Irish whiskey than in some Scotch whiskies. The cask aging process is a critical component in the creation of Irish whiskey's flavor profile, and the type of cask used can dramatically alter the final product. Whether you prefer the sweet vanilla notes of ex-bourbon barrels or the rich fruity complexity of sherry casks, the influence of wood on Irish whiskey is undeniable.